Hey guys, welcome to Fight or Flight Academy's quarantine workouts. We're all stuck at home with nothing to do, so might as well get some movement on. Remember, rule number 8, don't die.
Today, we're going to do a little workout for your wrists. Wrists are incredibly important, not only for parkour when we're doing all kinds of stuff where you're actually putting weight on your hands, but also just for life in general. Especially for a lot of you right now that are working at home, sitting on a computer all day. If you work your wrists out every once in a while, it's not going to get nearly as painful. So let's get started with just a little basic wrist warm-up. Both hands out, all you're going to do is go down as far as you can and up as far as you can. We're going to do this 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to do the same basic thing, but instead of going up and down, we're going to do kind of a side-to-side motion. So same thing, 10 times like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now put your hands together. We're going to do 10 circles each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now your wrists are all nice and warmed up, ready to actually do some work with it. Next thing you're going to do is find a wall. Any wall. You're not actually going to put a lot of pressure onto the wall, so it doesn't even need to be a very strong wall. Pretty much any wall is going to work. This exercise, if you're standing completely straight up, is going to be incredibly easy. The farther you lean into the wall, the harder it gets. It gets very difficult very quickly, though, so don't push it too hard. What you're going to do, put your hands on the wall, straight up and down, and you're going to push up through your fingers 10 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Shake it out a little bit. If that was super easy, you can always put your hands farther down the wall, push your feet farther back. If it's too hard, you can come closer. We're going to do the same thing, but this time, your hands are going to be pointed outwards. So again, lean into it a little bit, push all the way through your fingers 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Shake it out a little bit again, keep it mobilized, keep it moving. We're going to do that one more time. This time your hands are going to be upside down. So 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew, feeling good so far. All right, next we're going to find somewhere on the floor, relatively soft, because we're going to be kneeling down. So kneel on onto the ground, into a little tabletop position here, hands and knees. Boom, like so. Now what we're going to do is just lean forward until you get a little bit of a stretch on your wrists, and then pull it back again. We're going to do this 5 times. 2, put some pressure into your fingers as you're doing this. 3, so it's not a completely passive thing. 4, and 5. Now we're going to go back and forth side to side. 1, same thing, kind of push and resist against it the whole time. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now start making some circles all the way around. 5 of them this way. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we'll go back the other direction for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And shake them out again. Keep them moving. Keep everything loose and limber. This shouldn't hurt at any point, but you should feel kind of a little bit of a burn inside there. That's good. Now we're going to do this again with our fingers outwards. I like to spread my fingers out when I start doing these too because it gives me a little bit more control to push into it. If your fingers are completely together, you don't have quite as much of a push. So forwards and backwards with this one 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now side to side 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now start making some circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relax it a bit. Shake it out. Keep it moving. Again, it shouldn't hurt. If it does start to hurt, stop, be done. You can always come back to this later. Don't put too much pressure on it next time. You want to put some pressure on it, but not so much where it's like, it actually hurts. So we're going to do this one more time. This time your hands are going to be upside down. This one gets a little bit dangerous, especially with the forward-backward one. There is a chance that you may just fall forward onto your face. So don't push it too far forward on this guy. Hands all the way backwards. Bring it forwards and back. You'll feel the stretch in the back now instead of in the front. 5 of these. 2, 3. Remember to push against with your fingertips. 4, and 5. And now side to side 5 times. 1, 2. Really push kind of with your thumb almost. 3, 4, and 5. Now circle it around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Doing good so far. We got one more to do. This one can be considerably dangerous, so take it very, very slow. We're basically going to start in a push-up position, but in kind of the easiest push-up position that you can do. So a normal push-up position would be all the way out here. To make that easier, you can bring your knees down, and to make that easier, you can bring your knees forward. So we're going to start all the way up here in the easiest push-up that you can do. And we're going to do this push-up on your fists, and as you go down, you're going to drop down to the back of one wrist. Go all the way down, and then lift it back up and pull that back up to the fist. And then the other side, all the way down, and pull back up to your fist. We'll do this 5 times on each side. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. if that felt like there wasn't much happening there, that's kind of a good thing. If you do want to push it a little bit farther, your next progression for this would be to do both wrists at the same time. So instead of going down one and then the other one, you're just going to go straight down onto both wrists, all the way down, push back up. Remember, the push up isn't a pop and then land. You're actually pushing your wrist up. You're working that muscle to pull yourself back into place. So if you feel like you can do this, we're going to give it a try for 5. If you feel like this is too much, then you can stick with the one hand at a time. But let's try to get 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, stretch your wrists out a little bit. Hopefully they'll feel pretty good after that. You didn't push it too hard. And if you're working at home, get back to work.